Hey there everyone, and welcome to Let's Play in Cold Blood. This is an LP that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and you're probably wondering, why haven't I done it until now? Well, simple. I didn't have the game until now. See, I used to have In Cold Blood a really long time ago, and it used to be one of my, well, it still is one of my favorite PS1 games, and look, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Most of the games, you know, I feel like I say that a lot, and, well, it's true. Most of the PS1 games that I own are my favorite PS1 games, pretty much. Like, pretty much my whole PS1 collection is, like, my favorite PS1 games, but, yeah. But anyway, I got this game ordered about 5 days ago, and it arrived today, and I am very happy to be bringing you guys this LP, because it really is an awesome and a very unique game. It's basically, the best way I can really describe this game is something like a mix between a point-and-click adventure game and like a stealth action game, which I'm sure it sounds really, really weird, but you guys will see what I mean once we actually get to playing it here in a bit. But yeah, the game's got a great, it's got a great story. I think it has really, you know, it has really good visuals for the time. Like, the pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff are really good. And yeah, it's like, I mean, it also looks kind of like a, you know, like a classic, I guess like a classic Resident Evil game or something, just because of the pre-rendered backgrounds. You know, you guys will see what I mean when we get into it. Anyway, on that note, let's get into it. Also, these loading times are really long, and I'll be cutting them all out after this one. I generally cut out loading times anyway, unless there's something unique about them.
Let's hear from Ted Victor, who's in Washington. Ted, what's the latest on the China Sea conflict?
Sally, it's looking very grave indeed. We've been shown more satellite evidence of Chinese nuclear deployments off the coast of Taiwan. I have to say, these pictures don't leave much room for argument.
Thank you, Ted. The President warned tonight that unless Chinese submarines were withdrawn immediately from the area, the response would be, and I quote, devastating.
Now, John Colt, you are going to tell me everything about your mission. We will start at the beginning with Alpha.
Alpha?
Yes. Remember, start at the beginning.
The beginning. Think back. I was betrayed. But who? Why? Where did it begin? I was on a beach. First leave I'd had in years. Then Alpha called.
There's an agent missing, an American. I know that we should let the Americans look for him, but they need our help. It's your friend, Kiefer. I'm sorry, John. He was undercover in Volgia, wrecking a uranium mine. They lost contact. The CIA are convinced he's alive. They want us to find him and get him out. You'll be back on a beach in no time. I promise.
Tell me about Volgia.
Volgia. Officially, a peace-loving state tucked between China and the old Soviet Empire. Unofficially, a very nasty place indeed. Ethnic cleansing, concentration camps, and, of course, a resistance movement. The VFF, run by your contact, a charming gentleman named Gregor Kostov. You'll know him by his bad breath and worse habits.
24 hours later, I'm taking a breakfast meeting with Kostov himself outside a dodgy uranium mine. Alpha's intelligence on Kostov was spot on.
This is the place.
Thanks, Kostov.
If you need help English, you ask me.
But yeah, this is one of the reasons I was making the Resident Evil comparison, because, well, yeah. As you can see, it's got fixed camera angles. I like fixed camera angles. I miss when games would use these all the time. But yeah, actually the reason I was specifically mentioning the graphics a bit ago is because this game, like, I think the levels in this game have a really good atmosphere. It's like one of my favorite things about In Cold Blood is just the atmosphere that the visuals and the sound design of the game produce throughout the levels. Anyway, enough explanations. Like, I'm gonna actually get into the game now. Let's talk to Kostov here.
Actually, Kostov, I could do with some help.
What do you want to know?
What's the last contact you had from Kiefer?
He said he found what he was looking for, and to get the beers ready. Then nothing. Now he's probably dead. Or wounded. Or he has given himself up.
My orders are to get in and find him.
You're a bigger fool than he was. They will find you, and then they will kill you.
I'll risk it. Tell me about the setup inside.
The place is swarming with guards, so don't think you can shoot your way in. Use your brain. English? Who knows? Maybe that fancy Remora gadget will connect to their computers. Talk to the technicians. They might help you. Most of them want to be here even less than you do.
How do I contact you?
You don't. Unless you truly have to. I'll be listening in to your Remora frequency.
How do I get past the guards?
Same way I got Kiefer past the guards. I distract the sentry, you creep past.
Don't you think that's a little predictable?
Nothing in Volgia is predictable.
I guess Kiefer found that out the hard way. So how do you get me out?
You get yourself out. I'll be waiting with transport. Trust me, English.
Trust is something you earn, Kostov. Till then, we're just working together.
Okay, so for this very first part here, you actually want to be kind of careful. See, In Cold Blood is primarily a stealth game. It's not really meant to be a game where you can just go around shooting your way through everything. Granted, there are moments like that in the game, but generally it's not advised.
Hey, friend!
Especially in the first level here.
This is restricted zone. Clear off. Get out of here.
My friend. My car came off the road. They must have put something in the beer, eh? You want cigarettes?
Go away. Take your lousy cigarettes with you.
If you stay here for a bit, you can listen to their conversation.
We do deal,
Eventually, Kostov will get run off, though, and yeah.
Watches, cigarettes.
If you don't get in here before then, they'll catch you, and you'll probably die. Anyway, now that we're in here and we can breathe easy for a moment, I want to go over the controls real quick. Also similar to Resident Evil and, other games like this from the era. It has a kind of a tank control scheme. It's like, it's like if you're facing, even if you're facing towards the camera, Like it don't matter like where you're facing. If you press up, you walk in the, you know, like you walk forward in the direction that your character's facing. Down makes you walk backwards. You know, I mean, it's like Resident Evil. If you've played Resident Evil or any tank control game, you know what I'm talking about. But interestingly enough, if you use the analog stick, it's actually a lot different. Like, it's a lot smoother. Like, he still turns kind of slowly. It's not, like, extremely smooth or precise control, but it's much less tanky. Like, for instance, see, I'm facing forward here. Now I'm about to push the control stick up. And see, he turns around and runs forward. Like, it's... I mean, like, he runs up. Like, in the direction that I'm actually pushing the stick. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird how, depending on whether you're using the D-pad or the analog stick, it controls completely differently. I've always been used to using the D-pad control, though. Like, I've always played this game like a tank-controlled game, so that's what I'm going to be doing, because I'm familiar with that control scheme. Even if the other's technically smoother, this is just how I always played the game, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, you can also investigate stuff.
It's Kiefer's mugshot on a wanted poster. Foreign agent escaped from custody. Shoot on sight. Poor old Kiefer. Never did make friends easily. There's a deep ravine spanned by a heavily guarded bridge. What the... Kostov is creeping around the perimeter fence. What the hell does he think he's doing? A statue to the great proletarian miner.
Now, as far as gameplay goes, well, first off, you press triangle, you got your inventory here. We have one ammunition clip, we got a medical boost pack, a pocket lighter, which can be used in a couple places. You press square, you got your Remora scan mode, actually the Remora scan mode, as you can see, it's a map, and you can use this to locate enemies and stuff. It's useful, but I usually don't really use it that much, except for some portions later in the game. It can be really useful for something like relatively soon, but I won't spoil what that is. The Remora communications.
Comms.
This is something that only gets used a couple times. Like, you usually don't really have any options for this. The Remora database. Well, you know, as it says, it's a database. You can see your mission objective. You can look at information of the relative characters and stuff. I'm pretty sure it mostly contains information about, like, characters relevant to the current mission and stuff. Yeah, don't expect to learn a lot about him, like, other than that for a long time. If at all. You'll see what I mean before long, but yeah, the IR link mode, basically this allows you to connect to electronic devices and stuff, and you can basically, like, hack into them and access them and do things. It can be pretty useful. And you aim your gun with R1. Also, I'm running with R2. You hold down R2 to run. Okay, I'm gonna stop, like, giving a tutorial here, and I'm gonna move on.
Hey, you. What do you want?
Just done the beer delivery. Any chance I can get a wash?
Did the gate guard radio through your clearance?
Yes.
Okay. Shower room's over there. Door on the left.
Thank you, my friend. I won't be long.
Now, if you go through the door on the right there, I'm pretty sure you go into a room full of guards and you just get annihilated. I made that mistake on my first playthrough.
You going to listen to the match?
Maybe, Alexei. Let's meet for a beer later.
You also have a stealth attack you can do if you sneak up on enemies. Basically, you punch them down, punch them out. And then you can search them for ammunition and stuff. But yeah, by this point, you guys can probably see what I mean about how it's kind of like a mix between a point-and-click, you know, and an action game. Because, I mean, it looks and feels like a point-and-click adventure, but you control everything manually rather than, you know, just clicking around and stuff. Like, it's really got a unique feel to it. I've never played another game quite like In Cold Blood. Like, even as far as other, you know, spy and stealth games go.
No, no, no!
Also, wow, wow, I don't know what that was all about. My game was really lagging for a second there. I'm gonna go ahead and save. That might just be my PS2, because the game disc is perfect. Like, the game disc is completely flawless. There's not a single scratch on it. Although I was test playing it a little bit earlier, and it didn't actually, like, it didn't do that there. That was weird.
No, no!
Excuse me?
You new around here?
You could say that.
But yeah, like I was saying, though, you know, it's like even as far as, or like I was trying to say, it's like even as far as, you know, spy games and stealth games and stuff go, like, you know, games in this, I guess, genre go, like, I don't know, like, I've never really played or seen anything quite like In Cold Blood. Maybe you guys will agree with me by the time we, you know, get to the end of this LP, but anyway, I think I've said about enough in regards to all that, so from here on, let's just play the game and enjoy the game.
What's the score?
Dynamo Deleski are beating Spartak 2-0.
Oh, good.
What?
I mean, that's bad. Very bad. Did you hear about that foreign agent?
Only what's on the poster by the elevator. Now, excuse me.
Give it to Flogo!
Good news is, they haven't found him yet. Another poster of Kiefer. Shame they didn't get his best side.
Yes!
Hello?
I'm listening to the match.
Okay, then.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I'm really busy here.
That's all right. I'll ask someone else.
Oh, also, you can actually threaten characters, specifically the technicians, by, you know, pointing a gun at them and trying to talk to them, but I think most of the time, though, you don't need to do that. Like, there's a couple points where you can use that to get more information out of someone, but most of the time they pretty much just, like, beg you not to kill them. And you can't actually kill them either. Yeah, if you have at least one med kit and 5 ammunition clips, which is the max amount, you probably won't get anything from searching enemies. Though, if you have 0 med kits, it seems like you almost always get one pretty quickly. Hey, Cord, will you go down the steps, please? There we go. I'll demonstrate what I mean with this guy.
I need some answers.
Don't shoot! I tell you everything I know, just don't shoot!
And if you try to shoot them...
I should be talking to these guys, not pointing a gun at them.
Yeah.
That's some digger.
Yeah, twin cam, turbo diesel. You won't get finer anywhere. Except it's broken.
Have you heard the score?
No, what is it?
Dynamo Dulesky are beating Spartak 2-0.
What?
I know. That's bad. What's the latest on that foreign agent?
Still out there somewhere. So they're keeping security tight. He knows what he's doing, all right. They reckon he climbed across the ravine on a rope, like a monkey. I can't say I blame him wanting to get to the other side. Nothing much happens over here.
I like some of the dialogue in this game. It's good to talk to everybody you can. Now, if we go into the right there, I think that's another room full of guards, so let's go this way. Oh yeah, I should note that even though I haven't played this game in many years, I'm not entirely unfamiliar with it because there is a long play on YouTube that I like to go and watch pretty frequently. Usually not like the whole game through, but like, I don't know, like I go there and I watch bits and pieces from like my favorite missions and stuff sometimes. Actually, wait, before we go this way. Let's go over here. I think this is safe. Okay, good. Yeah, it's this room. Here we'll get to see what the IR link does.
More computing facilities. But it looks like that's the main terminal, over there on the left.
Obviously, Cord.
Hi.
Hello.
I've come to adjust user access rights.
Sure. The terminal is over there.
Thanks. Have you heard the score?
If it's football, it doesn't really interest me.
Okay. Did you hear about that foreign agent?
I heard something, but I don't like to get involved.
Some serious computing facilities here. This is no ordinary mine.
If you're using the ore purity monitor, be careful. It hasn't been recalibrated since the system went offline.
Oh yes. I'll watch out for that. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Most of the time, the IR link gets used automatically if you can use it with a console or something, but there are a couple times where you have to use it manually.
Show me the system's primary function. Informative stuff, but hardly an interesting read. Let me read the security notice. He didn't report in or get back to Kostov. He's probably still in the mine somewhere.
And it sounds like we need to get into Mine Section B.
I want to check the database. Look up Dmitry Nagarov.
Yep, classified information, unavailable.
I want to check the database. Any records on Kiefer? I want to check the database. Search for information on Kostov. It sounds like Kostov has been treading on someone's toes.
I will say that a lot of the terminal things you can check and conversations you can have in the game are actually optional. Like, for instance, that right there was completely optional, but you learn more stuff if you go around investigating things. It's part of the fun of the game.
Some kind of strange power coupling. Never seen anything like it.
Well, that's simple, Cord. That's a, it's, you know, you got me. I don't know what it is either. This door right here is locked, I believe.
It's a security door. No handle. The release bar must be on the other side.
Well, we can't do anything with that then. Also, there's like 3 enemies around that corner over there. There's also another door earlier where if we walked through it, you would have seen the other side of that corridor over there, but yeah, it's best not to go that way.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Heard any more about the agent who got across the ravine?
He got into the pit head, then right down into the mine before security found him.
So, they've got him in custody.
What a bunch of idiots, eh? They let him escape and he's still missing.
What's the score?
3-0.
Dynamo Daleski. Don't you just hate them?
No. You see, my friend, I used to play for them.
Ah, you must have had some great times.
I did. Till some animal from Spartak broke my leg.
Oh, that's a shame. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. How do I get to Mine B?
You can't. Since the agent escaped, they've sealed it off and closed the bridge.
Well, I guess we'll just have to find another way, won't we?
Steel pins. I'll take one. What the hell? This looks like some sort of particle accelerator. What are they doing with a piece of kit like this in a uranium mine?
Well, I could tell you, but that would be spoilers.
Small metallic test bolts, presumably intended to be fired at the plasma rig.
Interestingly enough, you actually can fire something else other than the test bolt. You can actually put one of those steel pins in here as well.
Not what this equipment was designed to accelerate. But what the hell? The plasma rig obviously wasn't designed for something that big.
There's really no point of doing that, but yeah, basically what we need to do...
Must be some sort of test rig, and now it's bust.
Actually, I completely forgot that if you fire that at the test rig, it actually breaks the test rig. But there's no point in doing that, because all you have to do is just push the test rig out of the way. You guys can probably see where this is going.
So this is the ravine I have to cross. But how do I get through the security glass?
And now there's no doubt that you see where this is going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure either a split pin or a test bolt will break the glass, but just use the test bolt, because that's all we have left.
This should be fun. It's a communications cable. It looks like it's been cut deliberately.
Oh yeah, also, I'm not entirely sure because I don't think I ever played any of these games, but I'm pretty sure this game, because I think I saw a comment saying this a few days ago, but I'm pretty sure this game was made by the same people that made the Escape from Monkey Island games. Not sure on that, but yeah, that could explain why it obviously has the elements of a point-and-click adventure game.
Excuse me.
What the hell was that noise in there?
Noise? I didn't hear any noise.
Damn television's playing games with my hearing now. As I said, they let him escape, and he's still missing.
How do I get to Mine B?
You can't. Since the agent escaped, they've sealed it off and closed the bridge.
So did the agent use the communications cable to get across the ravine?
Damn right. And now they've cut it down.
Do you have any more of this cable?
Yes, but you can't have any. I need authorization, which I can't get because the communication line was cut. No authorization, no cable.
Oh, you want authorization? Here's your authorization.
Right. Give me the damn cable, or I'll blow your fat head clean off your shoulders and take it myself.
Well, if you're going to be like that, just trying to do my job.
And I'm just trying to do mine. The cable, if you please.
It took me forever to figure that out on my first playthrough.
A cable with a split pin attached could help me get across the ravine.
I think it's mostly because, when I first played In Cold Blood, I'm pretty sure I was actually renting the game. Like, I think it was a rental the first time I played it, and I don't think it came with an instruction book. Either that or it did, and I just didn't read it. But I didn't know anything about, like, you know, the ability to, like, threaten NPCs and stuff, so it took me forever to, like, figure that out. I'm pretty sure I just discovered it by a fluke. And there's our access to Mine Section B. So let's get on over there.
More of this blue substance. Same stuff that powered the accelerator.
What is this stuff?
I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, anyway, I think this right here would be a good spot to end the first episode. And I will see you all next time as we head into Mine Section B. See you guys.